Keep with this theme of violence in schools, or should we say safety in schools, and stabbings and gang fights are the norm at schools on the Cape Flats. In the latest incident, a boy was stabbed at Manenberg High School. This after a fight broke out between the two groups of pupils and community members linked to gangs. Let's cross live to eNCA's Athi Mtongana, who is in Elsies River, that's in Cape Town. Athi, good morning to you. So the message in Gauteng from our education authorities here is, let's end the madness. What is happening that side?
Well, Xoli, it was not so long ago where we visited several schools here in the Western Cape trying to speak to principals as well as deputy principals about the safety of learners at schools. And they obviously raise a whole lot of concerns regarding the safety of pupils at schools. And I mean, the Western Cape has seen a lot of stabbing incidents just this year alone, Xoli. There's been a total of at least 17 stabbing incidents since this year started. And I have with me the principal of Norwood Primary School, where he basically will highlight some of the safety concerns that they have here at this particular school. Now let me turn to him. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Christopher. Now talk to us about some of the safety concerns at this particular school. We visited Manenberg Primary and Manenberg High, where we see a lot of gang violence that happens in the community and ends up spilling over into some of the schools in that area. What are the safety concerns here in this particular school?
Our problem is that the fencing of the school is not good enough to keep the outside influences out of the school. So if the fencing can be upgraded, it will help a lot. Because seeing that the fence is in such a bad state, the guys from outside can jump the fence and they intimidate the children inside. Also, that on the outside they are busy or involved in gangsterism, and that influence spills over to the school. Now the children who are sitting in one class, they are from different groups, and there is where the problem starts. And it comes from outside, but it doesn't stay inside, and it also go again outside. So that's one of our concerns, that we don't have the proper fencing. The second one is the security at the school. Currently, we as a school, we are paying our security out of our pockets. And we only can afford one guy. And the school premises, we have 3 gates where the children are coming in and out. So to have one guy for 3 gates with such a big premises, it's very, very difficult to have all the safety in place what is necessary. So those are the 2 things that we are struggling with, but also the community. The community is under a lot of pressure, because the moment they talk, they are in danger. So they rather close their eyes and close their ears, because they are scared, they are intimidated, because their children, they are attending this school, and they are scared that anything can happen to their children. But also we as teachers, it is very unsafe also for our teachers, because at the end of the day we have to stand, and that's what happened to me some time ago, that I have to stand between the gangs and my children, because my first priority is to ensure that the children are safe. And then afterwards, when I went home in the evening, that struck me what I did. But that was in the interest of the children. But we are only human beings.
Mr. Christopher, we've seen so many stabbing incidents, not just outside the school premises in some of the schools in the Western Cape, but actually inside. Now, just briefly, have you had any stabbing incidents where you have young pupils fight amongst each other in a violent manner?
We are trying as far as possible to ensure that anything that can be used for stabbing, we are trying to take that off the children by doing in the class a search. And yes, we are taking away from them ugly scissors, big scissors, even a tomahawk is an axe that can be used against other children. Luckily for us, yet there was no serious stabbing or here and there a pencil or pen being used, but no knife and no scissor up to date, and we are thanks to God for that.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. Christopher. Here, just highlighting some of the school's safety concerns, saying that they need a better fencing to prevent any infighting within gangsters in this community from spilling over and affecting the school activity in this particular school. But I must mention that the Western Cape Education Department, the city's law enforcement agencies and the South African police have collaborated to try and stem the level of gang violence in and around communities, as well as schools that are very close to the gang activity that happens, which often spills over at the schools, where you end up with pupils also involved in gangsterism. So they do have a presence in some schools, but obviously resources need to be, they need to be strengthened. And I also spoke to a psychologist yesterday who says that there's also counseling that's needed for teachers and pupils in the Western Cape.
Live for us in Elsies River, that's Athi Mtongana reporting to us there.